I do all my own stunts, I do all my own applause. That's how it goes. I feel like I'm at like a teleconference. Like, I'll take the second question first, please. All right. For all of you guys playing the home game, here's a simple mind joke. All right, so a problem with WordPress theme demonstrations. You have a glass that holds 18 fluid ounces. You have a can of Coca-Cola that's 12 fluid ounces. When you pour that can of Coke into the glass, you're going to realize that you are 6 fluid ounces from reaching the top. This literally describes my daily experience with WordPress theme demonstrations. I blog consistently, and when I look at a WordPress theme demonstration, just like a magazine, I realize that I fail to meet the minimum number required posts to fill this homepage. I didn't build this theme, but somehow I tricked myself into believing that I need to have 85 posts before I can use this theme. You know what sucks? The worst part about this whole thing is, that's just to fill the homepage. We're not talking about the contact page, or archives, or custom post types. We're just talking about the homepage. Have you ever stopped and considered that maybe your WordPress theme is holding you back? That's some loud tape, I'm just saying, you know, like, it definitely isn't NASA science tape, that's for sure. I feel NASA would be very quiet.
Are they taping us in?
Yeah. I mean, why not? They're taping on the air and stuff like that, that'd be rad. So have you ever considered that your WordPress theme might be holding you back? The next time that you want, come on in, let's all come on in. Bring more, we're okay. So, with a WordPress theme, you see an online demonstration just very simple to like this, and you think, wow, my site can look like this. If I put in just a little bit of work, I mean, it's a magazine theme. If you want to have a magazine site, that's fine. But you have something like this, and you trick yourself. You think that I need to meet this, some kind of standard that this developer, who you have no relationship with whatsoever, is telling you, you have to have your site to look like this. So, plugins. I love plugins. I love plugins so much that I will try every single plugin, and then if I can't find a plugin to help me solve a problem, I will build my own plugin. I will do this before I try to write one single line of code in the theme. I truly believe that your theme should just be heard and not heard from. I really think that your theme just should be for demonstration purposes. It's cute, it's got pink colors in your logo, but it shouldn't be providing functionality. Because if it's providing functionality and you change themes, that functionality is gone once you deactivate the theme. So I love plugins. The cool thing about plugins is it's fairly simple to build a WordPress theme demonstration with 3 plugins. So a WordPress theme, at its core, has, as simple as it needs to be, is a header, a footer, a sidebar, and an index PHP template. That's it. You see themes now, you look at something like this magazine, and it has 200 folders, and inside those 200 folders are another series of folders, and then another series of folders, and it's chaos, it's anarchy. At its very simple core, this could be a header, a footer, a sidebar, and an index page. That's it. So when you think about it like that, whoa, it's going crazy. Houston, we have a problem. Alright, so you can take a very simple WordPress theme demonstration. Let's say you spin up a local site on your computer. All you have to do is write one post, and just give that post a title, and just call it post title. It can be that simple. So you can use a plugin like default featured image. Okay? What this plugin does is, if there's not a featured image that is attached to a page or a post, it assigns it a featured image. So just like that, you created one post and gave it a title, and it already has a featured image. You didn't have to download, you didn't have to optimize, you didn't have to see if it's affecting page load speed. It's just assigning a default featured image. Then you can take something like this. It's called Scissorum Lorem or Srisum Lorem. I can't pronounce it. Essentially what this does is anywhere on a page or on a post where it says get the content, if you don't have any content, it's going to provide dummy content for you. So just with 2 plugins, we have wrote one post and gave it a title, we have assigned it a featured image without downloading anything, and we haven't copied and pasted any single text, but yet you can have text on your page already. So now, you have one whole post already done, and you haven't done any work as far as copying and downloading. So to build a WordPress theme demo, you kind of need to have a lot of posts. You need to have a lot of pages. Meet my other favorite plugin that's called Duplicate Post. Now that we have one post, we can duplicate it and create 2. We can duplicate that and create 4. You see how this goes. In a matter of minutes, I wrote one single post and gave it a title, I set a featured image, and I provided dummy content that I didn't write, and I duplicated everything. I could build a WordPress theme demonstration in like about 20 minutes. I could take, let's say Devin, I love your themes by the way, on wordpress.com. So I could take his theme though, and under the GPL, release my own, and just provide my own posts, provide my own pages, and use these 3 plugins, and I have a theme demonstration. It's just that simple. So when you start looking at stuff, let's go back. When you start looking at this theme, now this theme that we saw earlier, it was great, it was powerful, it was like the Wizard of Oz. Now, it doesn't look that impressive. Oh, dude, like, okay, so he set a featured image, he gave it a stupid title, and he just duplicated it. And every 25 posts, he changed the title. That's all you really have to do. So now, you just looked at something, let's say this costs $100. Now to me, I think this should only cost $25. Because the developer didn't put that much work. Devin, do you really put that much work into your themes? I'm kidding, don't answer that. What I'm saying is, you look at theme demonstrations and they're trying to sell you. They're trying to sell you on these things that it's marketing. Your site can't do this without this theme. Without this theme, you can't have unlimited pages. And that kind of sales marketing pisses me off. Which brings me to sales marketing. Steve, I'm glad you're in the room for this one. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm supposed to heckle you.
Hey man, I'm heckling everybody. Welcome. It's going to keep, I'm just going to, there we go. All right, new WordPress users, listen up. The entire point of a WordPress theme demonstration, right? So you go to, how many people know Theme Forest? How many people can get rid of Theme Forest in their head right now? You should. Get rid of it right now, okay? The point of a WordPress theme demonstration is to show a potential buyer what a page or a post is going to look like. Not necessarily, here's how it's laid out and here's how it's built, but when somebody clicks your link on Facebook and you take them to your site, here's what your page or your post is going to look like. That's the entire point of a theme demonstration. They also demonstrate how you can change the layout. So let's say you have your blog post, or you have your blog archive, and you have one blog on top of another. Some themes will let you change that to put each post side by side. Some will let you put one on top, and then 2 next to each other, and then another one on top, and 2 next to each other. A theme demonstration just shows you how you can change layouts. It's potentially what your site could look like. Other than that, theme demonstrations, they try to sell you on what WordPress already does. I've seen themes that say unlimited pages. With this theme, you can have unlimited pages. It's true. So, right now, you could install WordPress. You could install it locally on your computer. How many people have done this? How many people have installed a local environment? Destin Meza, I know you have. Alright, so, that's Destin Meza from WP Engine. He didn't participate, I just want you guys to know. Alright, so, you can install WordPress locally on your computer. You don't even have to activate the theme. you could deactivate, you could delete all the themes inside of the WP content folder and still start doing unlimited pages. You don't have to have a theme. You can have no plugins installed, newsflash, and keep doing unlimited posts and pages. So what I'm getting at here is that this is all sales gimmick, right? You've seen those advertisements like, what was the 4th of July? Come down to Finley Chevrolet and we're going to give you, a toaster when you buy a new car. It's a sales gimmick. You don't really need a new toaster, but they have a good deal. They have a good rate on a car. You're going to get 0% financing for 36 months. I don't know. It's a sales gimmick. So when you look at WordPress theme demonstrations, they're not telling you what your site can do. They're selling you on what might be possible. Custom post types and meta boxes are not selling points. Okay? You can build a custom post type into any single theme on the planet. Again, you don't even need to have a theme assigned or activated to install an active custom post type. All you need is one plugin, one file, and to declare the function to make a custom post type. Your theme, your plugin, whatever you're trying to sell, it's not the actual selling point. You're not selling people on a custom post type. So with custom post types, you have a portfolio theme. All they're doing is they're making one new post type that's called portfolio, and they're selling you on the idea that without this theme, you can't have that portfolio custom post type, which is not true. You could hire Devin or hire Dustin tomorrow. They can write you a plug. I don't actually know if you could write a plugin. I'm just saying you can hire myself, Dustin, Devin, and we can build you a custom post type in 30 seconds. I don't know if Devin can, but I can at least do it in 30 seconds. And you can have a portfolio theme just like that. That's the point I'm trying to make. You have a magazine theme, and all of a sudden you want to show off your work, your portfolio. You don't have to change your theme. You don't have to rearrange your whole entire life just to show a pretty little picture of a site you built 10 years ago. Custom post types and meta boxes are not selling points. You can build these features into any theme. Sorry. A WordPress theme does not dictate the number of posts and pages. I'm going to keep beating this into your head, because every single day I see a new theme come online and it uses this selling technique. Unlimited posts, unlimited pages. It's not a selling point. They're just trying to get you excited. I want unlimited data. How many other people want unlimited data? You need to switch to AT&T. You get unlimited data. They all give you unlimited data, or else they would be out of the game. So theme demonstrations, they do the same thing. To compete with each other, they keep one-upping each other. Unlimited pages, unlimited posts. Next, you're going to see unlimited media uploads. You can upload as many images as you want with this theme. Newsflash, you can do that already. You don't even need to use the media uploader. You can just drag and drop it into the uploads folder. Like, WordPress theme demonstrations and theme developers, sorry Devin, I don't mean to include you in this, but they lie, they bullshit, that's what they do. It's a sales game, it's a marketing technique. The point is, if I'm building a WordPress theme, I'm trying to make $1 million. That's actually not a big number anymore, so let's say $1 billion. I'm trying to make that number, and I'm going to sell you in any way possible. What's your favorite part of a WordPress theme?
Hi.
Sorry. What's your favorite part of a WordPress theme? Do you like looking at the images? Do you like looking at the layouts?
Layout's good.
Alright, so now that I know that, we just had an interaction. Hold on, let me build the theme real quick.
Okay.
Look at this layout. You can't live without this layout. It's just that simple. All you need to do is understand what you want, and I can try to sell you on that. That's what WordPress theme demonstrations do. Let me hit play again. Another thing that WordPress theme developers, they try to sell you on is more bullshit. So this is GT metrics. How many people know about GT metrics? Alright, this is going to be a good one. I love it. There's actually a score that you can be assigned or you can rank for on how fast your page loads. How many people have heard that if your site doesn't load in half a second, you just lost a customer? How many people have heard that? Gary Vaynerchuk says it all the time. So if you listen to Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, as we call him, I know the guy, I wouldn't call him Gary V. He'll tell you that if your site doesn't load relatively quickly, you lost a customer. Your competition just gained a customer. So WordPress theme developers, they like to tell you that if you install this theme, according to GT metrics, you have a 93% score already. And on YSlow, it's already at 80%. You haven't even done anything. You haven't uploaded all your posts. You haven't added any of your pages. You simply activated a theme and you're at 93%? It's unreal. It's unheard of. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why this is an example of a WordPress lie. There are unknown variables that dictate these scores. So when you see a WordPress theme demonstration, like my wonderful magazine theme that we've been using, I look at this and I say, all right, where is it being hosted? Is it on WP Engine? Is it on Bluehost? Is it on Media Temple? They won't tell you. So right there, if this theme is loading so fast, why wouldn't you recommend your host? Why wouldn't you have an affiliate account with your host and try to get me to sign up for them as well? If it's a sales game, you want to make as much money as you can off of me, why not keep pushing me down this rabbit hole? The other thing that they try to sell you on is look how fast it loads. Sorry. Are they using a caching plugin? Are they using WP Rocket? I don't see Lucy Beers or else I'd give her a hug. Are they using W3 Total Cache? How are they getting that score? That's what I want to know. I don't care that it gets 93%. I don't care that Google ranks it at 96%. I want to know how it's being accomplished. Are you caching? What files are you minifying? When you uploaded all these wonderful images, did you optimize them? Did you crush them? Did you scale them? What the hell did you do to get this score? Because I guarantee you that even if I installed a theme demonstration on WP Engine, I wouldn't get these scores. I guarantee you that I would take a photo right now and upload my 5,000 by 5,000 image, and I would not get a 93% score because that image is way too big. That image needs to be optimized. Because it's way too big, that just affects your download time. It takes 2 minutes to download this large thing, so I no longer have a page loading at 0.8 of a second because now it takes 2 minutes to download this giant image. So I want to know, what the hell is going on? How do you get these speeds? I would love to have these speeds, don't get me wrong. If your theme will take me there, to the promised land, I will go with you. But tell me what's going on. But they won't tell you. There are too many unknown variables that you can't control. Sure, it's a great theme. Sure, it does whatever the hell it's trying to sell you on. Sure, Google's going to tell you that at 96% mobile speed, download, data, whatever. But how? How do I get there? Give me a little bit of information. No, you have to buy my theme before I tell you how to get this. Well, nowadays, I could just ask somebody like Dustin or Devin and say, how would you guys do this? And I no longer have to buy this stupid theme because Devin can show me 3 simple tricks to make my theme get this score. I no longer need Jupyter or X or Aveda, 3 themes that are the highest grossing themes on ThemeForest. You no longer need these themes to get these kind of scores. You can just ask somebody, as they call it in the hood. You can just ask somebody and they can show you these things. There's a group on Facebook, it's called the Advanced WordPress Group. You can ask anybody in there, how would they go about solving this problem? It's free advice. You don't have to keep spending $100, $50, $75 on pages and posts and plugins and themes just to accomplish a simple task, like changing your links from green to blue. Have you ever considered that your WordPress theme might be holding you back? Now that we've gone down this journey, you've installed all these plugins, you've spent money on these themes, and that's just to get it to look like the demonstration. We haven't even installed your content. We haven't even ran any kind of infrastructure to see, all right, I can get rid of this plugin, or I might have to install this other plugin. So now we're at the scary part. If I haven't scared you yet, hold on, it's going to get real. This is the Altitude Pro theme from Genesis. How many people use Genesis? Definitely not at all. He goes, sorry, I'm not high society yet, but I didn't know. All right, who wants to take a guess at how this homepage is being built? Nobody. So why do I expect you to buy this theme if you can't honestly look at this and say, oh, that's built using widgets? Genesis uses widgets. This is actually one text widget. The actual where it says dominate your market with the Rainmaker platform is the title of the text widget. Everything else is in the body. They don't tell you this though. You have no idea. This could be a homepage. This could be a custom meta box. This could be some kind of crazy options panel inside of WP Admin. You have no idea. But you know what they tell you? Buy my theme. Spend $100, buy my theme, and your site can look like this. But I have news for you. I was waiting. She got me last year, or a couple months ago at Orange County, and I was like, bloated, I look like all big. Now I can be like, see? This is Carrie Lee Maruki. Everybody say hi to Carrie. Hi. See? I love it. With WordPress theme demonstrations, you have no idea how this is built. Even though it's wonderful, even though it looks great, they're not telling you that this is built on widgets. You can't even change the logo without getting into CSS. So right now, how many people know how to write CSS? If you don't know, you just spend $100 and you have to go and learn how CSS works. You have to go and learn how HTML works. They don't tell you that you're going to have to reinvest in yourself just to use a stupid theme like this. It's actually, to be fair, it's not stupid. Our WordPress Vegas meetup site, we use this theme. So it's not stupid. All I'm saying, I have an affiliate link later if you guys want. All I'm saying is that when we bought this, when I bought this, I heard Genesis was amazing. Alright, we're going to keep doing it. I heard Genesis was incredible. It's one of the best themes out there to help with performance, to help with site time, to help with GT metrics and all this stuff. So we invested. I spent $500 on the entire Studio Press themes. That's Genesis itself, and every child theme that they ever release, I will be able to download. Hopefully they say for the rest of my life. Because I have free hosting with a specific company, I'm not going to mention their name, but they go by WP Engine, and they told me it was for life as well. But I still have hosting with them, so I'm not knocking them. All I'm saying is that you can spend money. They can tell you that it's for life, and tomorrow they can cut your access. You just spent $500 for life, and tomorrow it's gone. Carrie Lee, thank you. I'm glad you showed up this time. I'm glad I have my shirt on this time, is all I'm saying. This is the Jupiter theme. This is the third highest grossing theme on Theme Forest. It's gorgeous. I'll give them that. The theme demonstration author used an amazing picture to be on the header. The back of Mount Everest. So now it looks like that your site can go to the distance, right? Because Mount Everest is the highest place on Earth, besides Snoop Dogg's house. I'll be here all week. I'm sure to try to feel scallopini. So, when you look at a theme like this, again, who wants to take a stab at how this is built? I got all day, people. Anybody?
Widgets.
It's Visual Composer, you're right. But they don't tell you that. You know what this theme author does? He tells you that this theme can have 200 different homepage layouts. You can have 17 different contact page layouts. The theme actually doesn't give you that access. There's a plugin that you have to install that comes with this theme that's called Visual Composer. It lets you dictate how your page looks. So now that you know that, you can just go buy Visual Composer, install it on your own theme without paying for this, and you can now have 200 different layouts for your WordPress theme right now. But it's a selling technique. 16 different homepage layouts. Holy shit, I want that. 16 page layouts, done. About 10 years ago, before drag and drop builders were amazing, I'm kind of dating myself here, but 10 years ago, you actually had to build templates. Right? When you go to pages and then it says assign it a template and it says like full width, or it says contact, or it says blog, if you wanted 16 different homepage templates, you had to build 16 individual PHP templates. Or write a little bit of code that lets you dictate a different set based on custom post type or something. I'm getting out of my league. What I'm trying to say here is that it used to be really hard to sell on 16 different home pages. Because that meant that you have 16 files living on your host, which is going to eat up bandwidth. If you're only allowed to install 1 gig of file, and you install 16 files, and each one of those are a gig, you just went over your actual hosting limit. So now we have these things that are Visual Composer, which I hate, by the way. I hate Visual Composer. We'll get on this later. Yeah, all right. I got approval. We know each other biblically, is all I'm saying. So, you have this Jupyter theme right over here, and they're trying to sell you on this. The sad part is let's say you don't like the top of this. Let's just say you like this nice cold glass of beer, and you like the content on the other side. There's actual plugins that you can use to accomplish the same goal without using Visual Composer. You can actually just write the HTML yourself and do a little bit of CSS and get that same. Hell, you can copy the CSS and the HTML directly out of this in the Chrome browser and slap it on your site, and you can have this in a matter of minutes. WordPress theme demonstrations, they're just trying to sell you on, look how easy it is to use. It's already easy to use. But new users, they get sucked into this hole. I need a theme. I need these plugins. I need to do this. If I'm not doing this, I'm not going to be allowed in the community. I'm going to be seen as a crazy person. Why am I not using W3 Total Cache? I'm going to tell you why you're not using W3 Total Cache. It's because you're on WP Engine and they cache for you already. You don't need to have a caching plugin. These themes, they'll tell you, you need to have this installed. You'll activate Jupyter, and when you activate Jupyter, it says, please install these other 19 plugins. I'm not kidding. They ask you to install Contact Form 7. Nope. I use Gravity Forms. So why am I going to install CF7? I'm going to call it by its street name, CF7. They want you to install Next Gen Gallery. Nope. I use Jetpack and I use Photon. So I'm not going to install that. They want you to install this thing that's called Next Gen Gallery Rating Star Amazing Plugin Theme. Nope, not doing that either. Because I do my own custom development. I don't need this shitty plugin. And I hate to say it because the theme developer, to help sell his theme, he will go and make relationships with plugin developers. It's actually a very smart move. If I wanted to actually come in here and tell you that I have a theme that's all about giving for donations, I would walk over to Devin right now and say, how do we partner up and wrap in the Give WP plugin into my theme? And just like that, if we strike a friendship, I hope we do someday, Devin, you know, we'll jam later. If we strike a friendship, now I can go online and sell you as, this is built for Give WP. And I hate to tell you, any theme is actually built for Give WP because their plugin is phenomenal and it works with almost every theme. But you see these themes that are e-commerce solutions, it's built for WooCommerce. It's not actually built for WooCommerce. This is this theme right here. It's called Kinder Theme. It's cute. I love the little kids. They're smiling. It looks happy. If you have a daycare, I don't know why you have a daycare, but you know, if you have an actual, you're building a site for somebody who has a kindergarten class, You think, I need this theme. It's called kindergarten theme. I have a kindergarten class. What? They go together, right? The sad news is that you can use Jupyter and build this stupid theme as well. You can make Jupyter look just like this. You can make Jupyter look just like this. You don't need to have a specific theme because it's called taxi cab theme and you have a taxi cab business. You could have a jobs theme and build it for a taxi cab business. Which brings me to Drop X. I used this theme for a very long time. I feel like I'm on The Price is Right with this. It's kind of there. So, Drop X. Who wants to guess what is used to build this theme?
Visual composer.
And good try though. At least you're participating. 5 points for you in the back. minus 5 points because you said visual composer. So we're back to 0. This theme is actually built on Bootstrap. Twitter invented Bootstrap. Bootstrap is actually kind of amazing. It's seamless. You can strip out all the things you don't need. So you're just loading the dependencies that you want. The bitch about this theme is you can't actually use WordPress to edit it. Edit it. Let me say that like I'm not hungover. So you actually have to go into the theme itself, into the theme files, and edit the index.php file to change that photo out. There's not a visual, there's not a, what's it called, the customizer. You can't do that. If you want to change the menu out, you don't just go into menus and add a new menu item. You have to go into the header.php file to edit that. They don't tell you this though. They say, holy shit, look at this theme. You could have this theme. $7.95 out the door, but wait, there's more. And you're like, I don't even know how this is being built. Is this Visual Composer? Is it widgets? Is it raw HTML? Am I going to have to reinvest time just because, Brandon Dove told me that WordPress is easy to use, so I purchased this theme, and now it's not easy to use? I would think that Brandon Dove is lying to me. But he's not, because WordPress is actually easy to use. It's the theme that starts holding you back, and that's what makes WordPress seem hard to use. I think this is why a lot of people start jumping to Wix, and I hate saying that word. I feel like I just called everybody a really bad word in here. I use the word Wix. But they start jumping to this platform because there's only 3 templates to choose from. You don't have to go look at all these theme demonstrations. You don't have to go look through all this data and wonder, because Wix, they have commercials, and they show you how easy it is to drag and drop. Hey look, you want to have this right here? Drag and drop it. Shit, I can do that. I'm going to Wix. I'm doing it tomorrow. This WordPress theme, the author doesn't create a YouTube video. They don't have the capital to release a commercial on TV during the Super Bowl, but Wix does. I think this is why we're losing the battle. Our WordPress theme demonstrations, they're not telling you how things are being done. Had I told you that this theme, you have to go and edit the actual template file, if you're okay with that, you're probably going to buy this. But we operate under the agreement that you don't know it's broken, I'm not going to tell you it's broken, so somehow we meet in the middle. Have you ever tried to sell something in a garage sale, and someone comes over and they're like, hey, does this VCR work? And you're like, hell yeah, it works. You know it doesn't work, the head's broken. It's the same thing. You're operating under the thing that I know it's broken, you don't know it's broken, and I want your 5 cents that you're going to pay me for this VCR. So I'm going to do whatever I can to sell you on this thing that it's broken. It's the same thing with theme demonstrations. They're not going to tell you that, hey, by the way, you have to install WP Rocket before you get that caching score. Hey, you need to leave this other hosting company and go to this other hosting company to get this score. By the way, we spent $1 million on ImageFi to optimize all of our images. If you want to have that same score, that's what you're going to have to spend to optimize your images to get that score. They don't tell you these things. I'm okay if I have to spend, well, first of all, I don't have $1 million, let's be very clear. But I'm okay if I have to spend $1 million to get that score. Because if that's what I'm chasing, if that's the theme, if that's the look that I want, I'm okay with investing that much money. But just tell me. I thought you'd give me a high five. I thought you were like, go brother, go. I'm okay with having to spend this money. Just be honest. Be upfront. Tell me what my down payment is. Tell me what my mortgage is going to be. Tell me what the hell I have to spend to get this score. Have you ever considered that your WordPress theme is holding you back? I change themes all the time. My blog, there was a period for 6 months where I was changing themes every day. Not kidding. It was 10 years ago. Because you could do that. There was a theme by Woo Themes that was called Bueno, and there was another theme that I'm not going to mention because I honestly forgot it. But you could just switch themes, and the hardest thing you had to do was change your logo. But all your content looked the same, all your images were there, it looked the same, you're changing the background image. Now with these themes, you want to change the background image, that might affect 10 different pages. That might affect 10 different menu items. That might affect something down the road that you want to do, but now you can't because you changed an image, because you bought a theme and you were sold on an idea that's not realistic. I work for a company called Web Dev Studios, and we're hiring back-end developers. This is a shameless plug, by the way. With working at Web Dev Studios, we build our own stuff. We don't actually go to ThemeForest. We don't actually go to Code Canyon. Everything we get is either from my brain, which there's not much there, I'll be honest, but it's from somebody else's brain in the company, or we go to GitHub, and we try to find something. We try to find something free, and we will build it. Devin, you're the same way, right? You're going to build something yourself before you go and pay for something to get it done. Am I wrong on that?
Most times.
Most times. He's lying. See? He's trying to sell you right now. Tell me how you do it, Devin. Just be honest. All right, so I build my own stuff. This is what got me into WordPress. This is what fascinates me, is that I can build my own stuff. I don't need a theme demonstration telling me that I can have a portfolio site, because I can have a portfolio site tomorrow by writing 10 lines of code and activating one plugin. It might not look as pretty as this theme demonstration, but give me a month. On my own dime, without spending a dime, and I will make my site look like that theme demonstration with using less plugins, which is not, you can have as many plugins as you want, that's actually a myth. Some people will tell you that you can't have 200 plugins. It slows your site down. But this theme just said I have to install these 200 plugins. So now you just spend $100 on a theme that actually goes against what the community says with don't install 200 plugins. It's a sales technique. You're being sold on an idea, and this idea is unrealistic to begin with. And with that, I'm out. Does anybody have any questions? All right, let's do it. Come on, sir.
Go back one slide. Is that Taylor Swift?
She's single, so yeah. I don't know if that's Taylor Swift or not.
No.
That's hilarious, though. Now that you said something. Does anybody have any questions at all?
If I wanted to learn how to do it myself to change the stuff, do you have any recommendations on books?
I actually wouldn't tell you to use a book.
Or education, like I've been studying on lynda.com, but
Okay.
anything that you can recommend?
So WordPress, apparently the internet doesn't work, but so there's a thing called the WordPress Codex, C-O-D-E-X, and there's actually handbooks that are being written called the Theme Developer's Handbook, the Plugin Developer Handbook, and it walks you step by step with here's how it works, Here's the necessary files you need, stuff like that. So I would check out the Codex.
WP Codex?
WordPress Codex, you could just Google search for that. But I started with YouTube. I just started watching YouTube videos. I started Googling how to build themes, and there's a YouTube video, and I watched it for 5 minutes, and I learned something from that. I watched the next video, the next video. I love books just as much as the next person, but with everything being online,
Yeah.
I search YouTube, or I'm going to go straight to the WordPress.org website and see what they have there.
A little extension on that is any suggestion on whether you want to learn Python, Codex, PHP, or HTML5, or anything like that?
I'd say learn them all, but if you're going to start, I would start with PHP, because WordPress is written in PHP. But if you really want to get into the argument, Python is going to be easier, because Python is more forgiving. You can do things in Python that you can't do in PHP, but then you can do things in PHP that you can't do in C++. So WordPress is written in PHP, so I would start with there, but you could argue that you should learn JavaScript first. You could argue that you should learn HTML. I would just dive straight into PHP. I would. Why not? Why not start there? Because when you go to college, when you go right into development, they're going to teach you C++. And they say, we hope you know JavaScript. We hope you know this, because here's when school starts, day one. Thank you.